The doors loom above you, one step closer to the council, one step closer to divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
Looks like we're at the end of the line. Look, divinity is an immense responsibility. All that power, it corrupts. I saw what it did to Lucian, a soldier like me. I won't let that happen to anyone else. For their sake, and the sake of Rivellon, I must ascend. You're right. I can trust you. Every step of the way, you've been there for me.
He nods once, decisively.
I'll support you. Let's go.
Well. This is, as they say, it. Divinity. Surreal, is it not? So much more insubstantial, almost, than desiring an empire, or vengeance, or fame. That said, I'll not deny I very much aspire to the surreal. No greater emperor than the one that sits on the throne of gods.
He sighs deeply.
Oh, you'll probably think this highly uncharacteristic of me, but I'm inclined to agree. This journey of ours, this strange and violent pilgrimage, it has changed some preconceptions. It's not so much that my desires have changed, it's that they've multiplied. They were like a diamond kept hidden in a secret pocket for none but me to see. But then the diamond was forced into the open, held against the light. And in that light, so many colours I never knew were there. Sadder. The promise of dragons. I value them more highly now even than divinity. The final prize is yours. I'm content to follow a more unexpected path.
So, I guess this is it. I can't see two ways about it. I need to be myself again. Finally. I can't risk getting shut out by this demon. It wants to keep me quiet, to rule in place of me. I need to make sure I'm strong enough that it can never seize control again. I won't let it make me silent in my own skin. I need to ascend. I know I can trust you. I know that better than anything else in the world. Truth is, I think you'd make a spectacular divine. And I know you'll get this bloody demon out of me as soon as you can.
She takes your hand, holds it to her lips, and kisses your fingertips. She cradles her face in your palm for a moment, eyes closed, before letting your hand go.
Let's do this.
So this is the ancient academy of the Eternals.
I suspect it has seen better days.
A bit like yourself.
A Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortals draws to a close. We have returned to claim what is ours. We have returned to claim the world. We are not the void, mortal. We are of the world. You are of the void. When we were banished, you were made. You owe your entire existence to us. You owe us everything. We were betrayed by the 7 usurpers. They took our powers and used them to create you. They sent us to the void and thought we'd never return. They were wrong. And now they will face the wrath of the king. You left us no choice. We had no other tools. We shall return, and then we shall cast out the void. Do not resist us. We shall be who we once were, and the world shall be restored to what it was before we were betrayed. But we will not fight your husk, mortal. The time will come when the thieving coward inside of you must step out. If it can still walk, you shall end then.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
Progress is annihilation of one way of life by another. I guess we're progress.
What they pursued for power, which is what they're doing still. One has to admire their tenacity.
Suddenly, it all makes sense. Folks will do anything to survive. Who could blame them?
The spirit of a lizard is seated before you, weeping profusely. She looks up at you, moist-eyed.
Godwoken. Can it be true? Am I dead?
The spirit's distraught expression slides away in an instant, revealing that of a highly composed and thoroughly unimpressed lizard spirit.
Well, at least you tried. Time for one last lesson in finesse, I think. I'll have my work cut out for me with you. True finesse requires dedication, however. Sacrifice. In order to receive my aid, some other area of study must suffer a little. Your wits, I believe. Do you wish to proceed?
The spirit of a dwarf woman scowls at you like you dealt her some grave insult while she was alive.
Godwoken, you have no right to be here. Leave!
The spirit sighs and shakes her head.
Terrible. It is you who is lacking authority, Godwoken. A lesson is in order, I think. Now, I may be able to steel you a little more in preparation for the trials to come. Improving your authority will cause your strength to suffer, however. That is the cost of molding yourself into a true leader. Do you accept?
Godwoken, come, time is short. Let's see how you measure up. Good. Very good. Normally I would test my pupils' acumen here, but I can sense that yours is well developed. An educator's intuition, let's say. There's always room for improvement, however, and I believe I can muster one final lesson. Intellect and reasoning come before all, of course. You must sacrifice an amount of learning in some other area in order to glean what I have to offer. Your sense of finesse. A fair bargain. True intelligence in exchange for a degree of sociability. Do you accept? It is done. My knowledge is yours. Use it wisely. The correct answer, by the way, was false.
The spirit of a dwarf gives you an incongruously cheery smile, given his circumstances.
Who do we have here? A new Godwoken. Why, what a pleasure it is to meet you. Just as I suspected. A well-developed constitution and a strong sense of charm. Well done. Your skills will stand you in good stead, I'm sure. But there's always room for improvement, I'm sure you'll agree. My, condition limits what I can do for you, but I'm sure I can manage one final lesson. Be warned, though. There's an opportunity cost in self-improvement. What you gain in constitution will likely be lost from elsewhere. Intelligence, I would assume. Consider it done. Good luck in the trials to come, Godwoken.
The spirit of a robed woman casts a critical eye over you.
You're an impressive specimen, Godwoken. I can always spot when a pupil has put effort into developing their strength. Bravo! But there's always room for improvement. Say the word, and I will do what I can to bolster your strength even further. There is a price, unfortunately. To excel at one skill is to neglect another. Improving your strength will sap your wits. Do you accept?
A dark look crosses the spirit's face.
Lucian the Divine himself paid us a visit. We feasted with him. He raised a toast to his old teachers. But little did we realize he was poisoning us. He left us to die, then turned on our pupils. Why would he sabotage the path of his successors? It's not for me to understand the actions of the Divine, no matter how murderous they are. Now, I can still do something to bolster your strength. Do you wish for me to help you?
You pause. Lucian was the Divine. Why would he want to harm anyone in the Academy, from where his successor ought to rise?
The Divine killed far more than Godwoken. He wasn't worthy of the name.
To rule is to be ruthless when the occasion calls for it. The occasion simply must have called.
Hard to believe the Divine did all that. Hardly worthy of the title, if you ask me.
I can still teach you how to bolster your strength, Godwoken. Just be warned that your wits will suffer slightly. It is done. Wield your strength wisely, Godwoken. Farewell.
beam? Perhaps we can harness its power somehow.
Well spotted, genius.
An automaton still and silent before you. A faint glow pulsates from within its chest cavity, dormant perhaps. A compartment in the side of the contraption appears to be empty. There's a part missing. The capacitor sparks and fizzles. Then, the pulsating light begins circulating throughout the automaton. It rises. The automaton looms above you. A lone, glowing eye takes you in dispassionately.
Hello, Godwoken.
The automaton peers in close at your face.
You are a fine specimen. Most fine. Your arrival is long overdue. This is the Academy. It is a place of great learning. I am the Seneschal. I serve both those who teach and those who come to learn. Those like you. Allow me to show you. The Academy exists to help unveil the divine from amongst the Godwoken. You must enter the temple, then prove yourself in the arena of the One. Godwoken should be able to enter without issue. It seems that the Academy has been impeded due to neglect or interference. I appear to have been tampered with. Whoever is responsible may have caused similar damage elsewhere. Apologies, Godwoken. I trust you will be able to overcome any difficulties. It's quite simple. Defeat all others.
Make heads nor tail of this.
I can understand this reads in the footsteps of the Eternals, but what that means remains to be seen.
You are Leonard Rawle. You are a Godwoken and a thief. You keep your secrets well, even from yourself. You are Leonard Rawle, and your belly churns with horror. You were lurking here when you were overtaken with a sense of love. You felt at peace. You felt Lucian's hand on your shoulder. You did not feel the sword blade enter your back. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for the spirit source. This yearning is not yours, but it demands satisfaction. The hunger dies away, for now.
I must check on the Chancellor.
Ow! I think I'm missing something here.
Which one came next? Ah, yes.
An elegant and intelligent-looking lizard. She gives you a haughty look, then turns away. A hunger rises deep within you. The hunger...
Check on the Chancellor.
Ow! I think I'm missing something here.
Which one came next? Ah, yes.
The spirit of a rather old man dodders around, seemingly oblivious to the condition of the room. He turns and offers you a genial smile.
Ah, a new student. I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning. Oh, come now, surely you must have heard of the gallery. That's the repository for the Godwoken tomes. All the powers that a Godwoken needs are documented in these tomes. The gallery is the most important part of the whole academy as far as I'm concerned. I will not allow it to be disrespected. I am Master Tremly, curator of the gallery. I'll be here at your service, of course, as you carry out your studies, but there's time for that yet. I'm closing for the night, as I said.
back to the study. I must check on the Chancellor. Which one came next?
The ghost's memories slip easily into your mind. His name is Kandor, and he thinks he's ready to ascend. He thinks he can be Godwoken, ready to step up should Lucian lose the war. He's wrong. He'll die. He did die before he even made it to the Chancellor to ask for permission to fight in the Arena of the One. And what's more, he was murdered. You are Kandor, and you are, you believe, ready to step up. Your tutors disagree, but you want the Chancellor to hear your case. Instead, you find a man you've never met, a great and powerful sorcerer. And as his shadow falls upon you, you realize that this is Lucian the Divine himself. He gives you a smile of the utmost benevolence and grace, and you realize, as Kandor, that you are far from ready. You turn and flee towards the library to warn your tutors, but Lucian is too fast. He cuts you down. You're Kandor the Godwoken, dead by the hand of the Divine. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for his source. This yearning is not yours, but it demands satisfaction. The hunger dies away, for now. She gives you the haughty look. A hunger, the hunger.
I must check on the Chancellor. Which one came next? Ah, yes.
You feel lightheaded. The gods now seem like tyrants, feeding upon their worshipper's source, like their cattle raised to be slaughtered.
Looks like the corruption in the Divine Order goes even higher than we thought.
One can't but feel somewhat taken aback by being treated as no more than a pawn, especially when one's the king on the board.
Your time will come, and sooner than you think.
His memory comes to you like hound to master. Your name is Redless, and you are Godwoken. But you know that you can never be divine. You are in love with Tarion, your rival, and that love makes you weak. You hear rumors of a god king who would free you to be with Tarion. You seek the Chancellor's knowledge of this king, but when you find the Chancellor, he lies dead. A figure stands over him. Lucian, the great divine. He smiles at you and bids you approach him. He lays a hand upon your shoulder, and his blade slices your gut. As you fall, poor Redless, you know that you will never see your Tarion again. Hunger rises, the hunger. Her memories flow into you as water to a stream. You are Tarion Grey, you are Godwoken, but you will not be divine. You know this because you are in love with a colleague and rival. You are in love with Redless, and he is in love with you. You have agreed to leave the Academy together, but now, Redless is missing. Redless went to see the Chancellor, and you have not seen him since. You're on your way to the Chancellor's chambers when a man's voice calls your name. Lucian the Divine cups your chin, and a gentle pain stabs your heart. Lucian smiles at you, and then is gone, and you worry so for Redless. As if taken by a sudden notion, she turns and flees in that direction. The lovers stare into each other's eyes, together at last. Tarion registers your presence for the first time. She smiles at you in gratitude. Redless gives you a nod of acknowledgement. You know they'll leave now for the Hall of Echoes. They turn to each other.
Welcome to the Forbidden Library. Do not fear the truth, though it smash your world to pieces. Do not fear the truth about the gods. The gods destroy what they have made. You think them cruel, but they are not. They own us, and will do with us what they must.
A thought arrives from deep within, a single word: lies. Hunger rises deep within you. You, or the thing inside you, wants his source so badly you can taste it. The hunger dies away, for now.